After 2 months of labor, our deck is finally fully refurbished. Thankfully, a friend of ours from church, Mike, came and taught me how to remove rotted boards and replace them with good stuff. And I was mostly his helper. I got to hold things and cut things. But the steps, which were really rickety before, are now fixed and firm. And all the rotted boards are taken out. And the boards before were covered with some kind of rubber cement with sand grit in it. And the way the sun beats on this deck, it took forever to get it up. Some would just peel up, the others was like stuck with super glue. So looking online, Professor YouTube, I found that a grinder with a sander called a flap disc. I didn't know what that was until 2 months ago. So I got a real inexpensive belt or a grinder at Harbor Freight. That's the best 40 bucks I ever spent. And I spent the last 7 weeks grinding and sanding, all kinds of things, but it's finally done and it looks really, really nice. This is not paint, it's a solid stain. I didn't know much about different types of stains, but I got educated on all that stuff the past couple weeks. I have one coat on now. I'll add another coat come spring. Another thing I learned with this deck, it had about 30 knot holes in it. And they just looked ugly. There's 2 or 3 left. But I found this thing called PC Woody. It's a 2-part epoxy that you put a hardener on, and then you put this mix in there. It's harder than wood, and it actually bonds into the wood. Makes a huge difference. All those knot holes are now filled. Jen had a great idea. When you try to fill a knot hole, often the putty just goes down the hole. We took a little piece of thin cardboard, took some thread through it and held it up. And so the plug is about a ½ an inch into the hole. That tin over there is to keep any kind of dripping from our irrigation system. This stuff takes about a week to fully cure. So I don't want any water getting in there. I just put the furniture back in today, and it looks really nice. I'll back up here. The railings were loose and falling apart. Thankfully, we saved all the wood and sanded them down. Used some PC Woody to fill in holes and gaps, and dug out some rotted wood, filled that with PC Woody. Next spring, this thing is going away. It's a very old hot tub. I guess it has a leak in the pump that could be fixed, but we don't use the hot tub. So in the spring, our landlord gave us permission to have it taken out, and we're going to extend the deck. We don't need more deck, just that doesn't need to be here. So this is the rest of the deck. It's our entertaining system here. In the summer, it gets a little hot out here in the late afternoons, so usually breakfast and lunch is when we come out here. And when it gets cool here, there are shades that come down. That'll be nice. But now we have a really wonderful back deck area to enjoy. And I'll bring the barbecue and the pizza oven back out shortly and reestablish those until winter comes. But this is the deck. And if you want to know what we did and how we did it, I'm more than happy to share. But now it's a wonderful area. We're going to be gone for a couple of days, and it's going to continue curing, so we're not going to move these chairs. And we found some really entertaining rugs that are really colorful online, so we're going to order that so they won't be scratching this wood. I washed these off today, so we're not going to sit there today because these seats tend to retain water. Ask me how I know. I sat it in one day and got a cold butt, wet. Unfortunately, we have to take all the plants down early, so they're out there and they're not doing well, but we're going to take them all up today and clean out the pots and get them ready for winter. So, hope you're having a wonderful day. My project is now complete. Thank you.